So at the moment, BMW has a habit of making a new generation car that isn't really a new generation car. Take the new 1 Series for example. BMW say it is an all new generation, but it is just a facelift over the previous model. This is exactly the same for this car that I am going to review today. This is the new BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe. Let's have a look and see what it is like. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the #1 place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So the new BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe may look familiar, especially if you look at the front from the car. Well, this is because the old 2 Series Gran Coupe was actually based on the BMW 1 Series. Basically, this makes this car a 1 Series saloon. With the facelift, as I'm going to call it, they have made it look exactly like the new 1 Series. This means the new 2 Series Gran Coupe gets the same set of headlights with 2 lines in them as LED daytime running lights, replacing the old Angel style headlights. We also get a Kia inspired front kidney grille, which is small and decent looking, and it can even light up at night if you spec that option. This should also be making its way to the new 1 Series too, hopefully. The lower central air vent also looks sporty with this central point to it, and we also get some decent looking side vents. Overall then, a modern looking style to this low end BMW. Moving around to the side of the new 2 Series Gran Coupe, and there isn't that many changes to talk about. We do get the usual new colour and wheel options, but we also get a slightly different Hofmeister kink at the back, and this houses in the number 2 to show you are driving a 2 Series. We also get a slimmer roof area too to help with aerodynamics. Moving around to the back, and we do get a complete different redesign to the old 2 Series Gran Coupe. To start with, we get a complete different set of tail lights that mimic the ones from the 1 Series. We also get some sporty side vents and some sporty exhausts too, which on this model have quad tips for the first time. We also get the new naming structure too. Talking of naming structure, let's have a look at what engine and gearbox options you can have with the new BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe facelift. So, just like the 1 Series, the 2 Series Gran Coupe has got a simplified engine lineup. There are only 3 petrol engines available. Let's start with the base model, and this is called 220. This uses a 1.5 litre turbo engine with mild hybrid assistance. This produces 168 brake horsepower and has a 0 to 62 time of just 7.9 seconds. This is front wheel drive, and the power is sent through an 8-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. The next engine is called 223, and this is an all new setup that like what we have seen in the 1 Series. This uses a 2 litre turbo petrol engine with mild hybrid assistance producing 216 brake horsepower. This gives the car a 0 to 62 time of just 6.4 seconds and is mated to an 8-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox, and this sends its powers to all 4 wheels using the X-Drive system. The final engine is the M235. This uses the same 2 litre turbo petrol engine with mild hybrid assistance, but the power has been increased to 298 brake horsepower, and this reduces the 0 to 62 time down to 4.9 seconds. A very quick car then. It also sends its power to all 4 wheels for an 8-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. Right, the price of the new BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe starts at £35,495. This isn't that bad considering with what you are getting, and I'm sure after 6 months there will be some great deals on some X-Demonstrator models too. Right, let's have a look and see what the interior is like. So, moving inside the new 2 Series Gran Coupe, and this is where the differences between the previous generation and the new generation end. We get a whole new interior design inspired by the new X1 and exactly the same as the new 1 Series. This means we get the same dual screen setup taken from the new 1 Series and X1, with the new iDrive 9 operating system, which, like I have said in the X3 review, it is very easy to use and looks very modern. The only problem in this car though is that you don't get an iDrive controller. We will come back to that later. In front of the driver we get a new set of indicator stalks as well as a new steering wheel design taken from the new 1 Series. This looks very modern and much better than the previous steering wheel, but what I will say is that the rim does feel unnaturally thick still. The rest of the dashboard design is new with a hidden air vent and some plastic trim panels that light up in a similar way to what the colour bar does in the 5 Series, X3 and 7 Series. This is a cool feature, and to have this on the lowest model car, I am very happy about it. The centre console gets an all new design, which I do quite like, but like I said before, sadly we don't get the iDrive controller. You do now get a little toggle selector for your gears, which is quite nice. Now, talking of the iDrive controller, with how iDrive 9 has been designed, it is fairly easy to use, as it has this one layer system which I do quite like. But sadly we don't get a dial in the centre console anymore, and this makes using it simpler and safer too, especially on the move. The BMW X3 has this feature, so why can't the 1 Series? Right, rant over. The door cards have the same design as before but are slightly different with new buttons, and that some of the trim panels have been removed. The seats are new though, and they have been taken straight out the X1 and 1 Series, and they are much comfier and much more supportive over the old model. So a big improvement over the old model then. Right, let's have a look at the rear seats. So getting into the back of the new 2 Series Gran Coupe, and just like the 1 Series, legroom isn't that bad, but headroom has been affected because of the sloping roofline. It isn't too bad though if you are under 6 foot. You also get a rear armrest as well as air vent and USB-C port too. Materials are also decent in the back, which is quite nice. Sitting a person in the middle is okay, but there is a hump in the floor which could be a problem for foot space. Right, let's have a look and see what the boot is like. So opening the boot to the new 2 Series Gran Coupe, and we get a saloon style opening which can be a hinder to get bigger items in the back. On the plus side though, we do get 430 litres of boot space, which is about 50 litres more than the 1 Series, so it isn't that bad. It is smaller than the Mercedes CLA though by 30 litres, which is a shame, but it is hardly noticeable. The seats also fold down 40-20-40 split, which is quite handy, but sadly we don't know the figures with the seats folded down. Once I can find them out, I'll let you know in the comments section below. So in summary then, what do I think of the new BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe facelift? Well, the way I see the car, I see it as a 1 Series Gran Coupe, or 1 Series saloon if you will. It has a decent modern BMW looks for decent money. The interior has been made more modern with a more premium feel than before, so it really does feel like you won't be left out by buying a cheaper BMW. Really, if you want a BMW that is fairly efficient and will be slightly cheaper on insurance, but you don't care about the BMW numbering scheme, then this may be an ideal replacement for a 3 Series, or a good upgrade coming from a 1 Series. You will save money, but you will get the same good feel as a more expensive BMW. A great car then, I believe. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.